Let's get ready. Let's go ahead and stand up. Start marching it out. Pick those feet up. Stand up nice and straight. Chest is lifted. And let's take, get those arms up in the air. Reaching up. Make sure you're breathing. Picking your feet up. Big reaches with those arms. Good. And one more. March it out. Shoulder rolls. Take them back. Let's do singles. Keep those legs moving. Get your feet up off the floor. Last one. Good. Step side to side. Again, make sure you're picking your feet up. Take a big step. As big as you can. Really extend that leg and swing those arms. And breathe. Good. Now on this last one, keep your legs wide. And we're going to go ahead and squat down, lift your arms, reach, and push them back. So squeeze your shoulder blades. Knees are forward, over the laces. Good. Abs are tight, and squeeze your glutes on the way up. And reach, squeeze, pull your arms back. Reaching, palms forward. Arms, try to get them near your ears. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Good. And reach. We're not going to have a big cardio warm up. And let's do one more. Because we're going to do, we have 4, and march it out. We have 4 circuits we're doing for intervals. And they're going to be a little bit longer. They're going to be 40 seconds with a 20-second rest. So we have a lot to get through. Starting with your right leg, we're going to step it back, reach overhead. Good. Bring it in, step the other leg back, stabilize, reach. Forward knee over the laces. Make sure you're taking a big step back, dropping your back knee. So make sure your back knee is dropping so that your forward knee stays behind your toes. We're going to do 2 more on each side, pushing that hip forward, getting a nice little stretch in the front of our hip. Woo. Make sure you're near your chair. And 1 more on each. And reach. Good. Last one. So balance. Good. Jumping jacks. So remember, arms can go up, legs can go up. You can tap your toe. You can take your arms out in front if you have shoulder issues. So you choose what's right for you, the combination that's right for you. And we're going to do 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs stay wide. Try to get it so that your feet are outside your hips. And sit your hip back Notice that your shoulder, hip, knee, and foot are aligned. Your other leg is straight. Come up and switch. So you should not be shifting your whole body. You're sitting your hip back. Push your bum to the back like you're sitting in a chair. Good. Knees behind the toes. Knees behind the toes. So stretching out those inner thighs a little bit. And last one. Good, march it out. We're going to go to the left. You can do 2 steps or you can do your little hop and then a total body extension at the end. And then hop it back or step it back. Ready? Here we go. And reach up. Or step to the side. You can just do 2 steps if that's easier or better for you. Oops. Hope I'm staying in the screen. Let's do one more to each side. March it out. Hopefully your heart rates come up a little bit. Feel a little bit warm, a little bit warmed up. Breathe, stand up straight, eyes are forward. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, deep breath in and out. And again, deep breath in and out. All right, so we're gonna get started. Let me get my timer up here. So each circuit is 8 minutes. It's gonna be, like I said, 40 seconds for each cycle. So we have 8 cycles within our 8 minutes. The first one, the first circuit is going to use your band. So we're going to stand, we're going to do a deadlift, which we've done before, but we're going to make it just a little bit different. Try to stand center of your band. So you want to be centered, all right? And we're going to hold our arms, so you want some tension. We're going to hold our arms at 90 degrees, just like this. So now we're going to get some arm engagement as well as working our core and our hamstrings. So don't worry about doing it right yet, just watch. So you're going to stay like this. Remember with the deadlift, we're going to come forward, pushing our hips back. Your head stays in line with your spine, and you're going to feel that stretch in the back of your legs. Abs are tight. Squeeze the back of your legs to come up, okay? The whole time, your arms are holding the band like this. So our biceps are going to start to feel it. Second exercise is we're going to keep the band under our back leg. Palms are going to be forward. We're going to wrap that band around our hands, and we're going to do a chest press, just like this, okay? So really squeezing. Now, if that's too hard, this is going to be harder than our typical chest press, where we have the band up our back, because we're taking up a lot more slack in the band, all right? So if that's too hard, your option is to just bring it up on your back, and you'll just bring it around like this, okay? So you have 2 options for the chest press. All right, so let's get ready. Let's stand on your band. Stand in the middle. Stand in the middle. I'm going to do a prep here. 8 seconds. All right. So remember, you want to make sure you're even and hold the band at 90 with your arms and let's go. So your head should move with your body. Do not drop your arms. Keep your elbows at your side the whole time. And I challenge you to take up more band in your hands. Make it a little bit harder. So as you come up, squeeze the back of your legs and pull up as well from your core. Keep your belly nice and engaged. So do not use your lower back. And you have 3 seconds. 2, 1. Good. I want you to just hold right here. This is your rest. You have 20 seconds. We're keeping our arms by our side. Oh yeah. We're going to feel this. And 3, 2, 1, and again. So note if you can see, you can peek, my head moves with my torso. And again, I challenge you to make that band even tighter. And squeeze the back of your legs. Now you do not have to come over to parallel. You can just come over a little bit and you will start to feel that stretch in the back of your legs. Your abs should be nice and engaged. 10 seconds and breathe. Good. And 3, 2, 1. Good. So I want you to adjust your right foot, and that foot is going to stay in back. Now for the chest press, you can also bring the band up around your back if you prefer to do it there. Stay in a split stance. Go ahead and grab the ends of the band if you want. You can wrap it around. Bring those arms up and up. So notice that my arms are a little bit wide and I'm bringing them together. They're kind of coming up on a diagonal and I'm squeezing that chest muscle, squeezing the chest. Keep your left knee bent. Left knee is bent. 15 seconds. Your knee is over that ankle. Woo! Feeling that upper body. Woo! And 3, 2, and 1. Good. Woo! Switch feet. There's your rest right there. Just going to switch feet. So left foot is back now. Right foot out in front. Bend in this knee. Get ready. 3, 2, 1, and good. Don't forget, we have to go back to our deadlifts. So we're doing more chest press after this. Deadlifts, another 2 minutes of deadlifts, and another 2 minutes of chest press. So our chest will get a little bit of a break. And remember, since these are all timed, if you need a break, stop, take a break, shake it out, come back when you're ready, or slow it down. You do not have to keep up with me or anybody else. This is all about doing what you can. Good. All right. Whew. Shake out those shoulders. Now stand on your band. Make sure you're in the center. Wrap that band around those hands. And we're holding. Remember, we're holding. This is just an isometric hold. And here we go. And come up. And come forward. So these, don't worry about it. You don't want to do these very fast. You want to focus on your form. All of these, please, I want you to focus on your form. We never sacrifice quality of the movement over quantity. So think about the form, think about how you're supposed to execute the movement, and focus on that. We're under 10 seconds. You will still get a workout, not to worry. And let's hold. Keep those elbows by your side. Hopefully you're keeping your elbows so your arms should not be moving through this movement at all. You're just holding the band here. So putting a lot of tension on the arm and the bicep. And go. Here's our last one. So keep those elbows locked at your side. Everything is moving together in my torso. And breathe. Abs are tight. And make sure you are coming all the way up. Okay, so we're not just doing these little things right here. You go down, you come all the way up. You come all the way up. Keep your shoulders down, chest is lifted. And 3, and 2, and done. Move your right foot to the center of your band and step your left leg out in front. Kind of just shake your hand out a little bit. And let's get ready. Remember, you can bring the band up again around your back. And let's bring those arms together. Now, if you prefer, you can press it out like this, okay? So this is a little bit of a chest fly, or you can just do a press. Keep that left knee over your ankle, little bend in that knee, 15 seconds. Little bend in the knee, and keep that knee forward over your laces. And 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch feet. Just put your left foot right where your right was. Step that right one out. All right, and 3, 2, 1, and go. And this one I'm pressing. So I'm pressing, and make sure, notice I'm not pressing straight up. I'm just pressing up and out on a diagonal. Ooh, getting warm in here. Halfway there. Again, if you get tired, your form can suffer. So either give yourself more band, make it a little easier, or stop, shake it out, take a rest, come back in. We're doing a lot of exercise today. And done. All right, shake it out. If you have water, get a sip of water. Woo. Okay. The next one, we're going to put the band to the side, give the band a rest. We're going to work with the ball. This one, we're going to be, our legs are going to be wide, and we're going to be squatting. Now, if that starts to bother you in any way, bother your knees or anything, you can just stand up and maybe just do the movements with the arms. But again, remember, since these are timed, please just go at your speed and focus on your form. So it's about, we're going to be doing figure 8s and staying down in a little squat. Okay, make sure your hips are back. All right, hips back, abs tight right here. So when you're in this position, you make sure that belly button's pulled in. It's supporting your lower back. Second one, second exercise, ball is going to be overhead. You're going to take it, this is going to be a little coordination. Take it in the right hand, and we're going to bring it to the left knee. Switch, switch. So it's coordination, it's core, it's balance. Make sure you're near your chair, okay? So let's get ready. 8 seconds to start. We're going to start with our squat, and our rest periods are probably going to be marching or something, all right? So let's come down. Stay in that little squat. Make sure your chest is lifted and you're not bent over like this. So your eyes should be forward. Your eyes should be looking forward. And breathe. Keep your heels down on the ground. And breathe. Woo! Legs are feeling it. We're under 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. March it out. Whew. March it out. So we're staying moving for the 8 minutes. And we're going to do this again. And get ready. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So I'm not doing full squats. I'm doing really kind of little pulses, but make sure that your knees are still over your laces. Your legs need to be wide because you want to be able to move the ball between them. And your abs are tight. Keep your chest lifted and your eyes up. Breathe. 15 seconds. And 5 seconds. And 3, 2, 1. Good. We're marching it out. With those arms moving, this is the one where the ball's overhead and we transfer the ball to one hand, take it to the opposite knee. So make sure you've got the chair nearby for balance. You can do this seated as well if you need to. Ready? Here we go. Now, if you need a little bit more stability, you can just come up onto your toe. Okay, so we're also getting a little bit of a core engagement here because we're getting a little rotation. And as you lift your knee, please make sure your abs are engaged as well. That just protects that lower back. Good, march it out. Woo! Keep those legs moving. This one's really working the legs. And breathe. And we're going to do it again. In 3, 2, 1. So if you hear something in the background, that's just the little timer that I use just so that I don't have to look at it. It's got the sound prompts for me. Good. So remember, just modify the movement that works best for you. We've done enough of these movements that you probably know enough on how to modify it, but please just keep moving. Good. March it out. Woo. Okay, we're back to the first one. This is the little squat pulses with the figure 8 between the legs. Okay? And if you'd rather do this seated and just lift the leg and go under, you can do that as well. Here we go. So remember, it's really a little pulse. We're not doing full squats. Make sure your hips are back, knees over your laces, and your abs are tight. And breathe. Breathe. If your legs are too close together, it's going to be really hard to get that ball in between. So your legs are going to have to be wide. We're under 10 seconds. Keep your eyes forward and your chest is lifted. Nobody's falling forward. Your chest, march it out. Make sure your chest is not pointing to the floor, okay? Sometimes I see people have a tendency to just fall forward. This is where you have to use your core for support, all right? 3, 2, 1, last one of these for today. Here we go. We have a lot of volume of exercises to go through today. And breathe. Remember, go at your speed. You do not have to keep up with me or anybody else. You do what feels right for you. Trust me, you're getting plenty of work today, even if you slow it down. So breathe, we're under 10 seconds. We're almost done with this exercise. All right, shake it out. We have 2 more minutes. We've got our knee tap, all right? And then we have 2 more circuits, full circuits left. I don't know, we'll have to see. I might have to modify or shorten the last one, just for time, but we'll see. Ready, and go. So remember, you're switching hands at the top. If your arms, if it's not comfortable for your arms to be overhead, just drop your arms where it is comfortable, like that. But you're switching, so we're working our hand muscles as well, working our balance, our coordination, getting our mind going. We have a lot of stuff going on right now in our body. 10 seconds, and breathe. Good, march it out. Here we go. Last one. Again, do what you can. This is a hard circuit, keeping us moving. Do what you can. Listen to your body. Breathe, deep breath in and out. Get ready, and here we go. Last one. Last one. Good. We're halfway through this last one. Yay. And we'll get some water. We'll see. I always overestimate how much I can get done. 3, 2, and 1. Woo. Take a deep breath in and out. So what I think I'll do for the next 2 is we're going to shorten our cycles a little bit, just so that I can try to get them in, all of them in. That'll help with some time. I know you're going to be upset. So, all right, get some water if you need. Take a deep breath in and out. We're going back to the band. So we're going to have the band under our right foot. And again, we're just going to hold this band kind of at our shoulder like this. So our arms, our hands are going to be at our shoulder, and we're going to be in a squat position, all right? And then we're just tapping out that opposite leg. So if you're not comfortable staying in that squat position, remember your abs need to be engaged the whole time. Support that lower back. Or if your back is bothering you, you could just stand here, keep the band here at your shoulders, and you can just lift that leg. Lift it out or tap it out. All right, so you've got a couple options. You can even stand if you start to get really tired. The second one, we're going to do upper body. We're going to anchor the hand out, one arm out to the side. We're going to do a horizontal or tricep press. So you got to make sure that there is no slack in this band. I'm going to challenge you to grab that band really close to the other hand and then really pulling. Now, the option is to then lift a leg. So again, work in balance, work in brain. All right, so let's get ready. We're going to hold this down, 8 seconds to start. Ready? Put your right foot on the band, right in the middle. Hold the band at your shoulders if you want. Squat down, hips back, and you're just tapping out to the side. So remember, whenever you're in this position, hips are always behind you. Because you can see my knees are behind my toes. And my abs are tight. My knee is over my laces. I know I say this constantly ad nauseum, but I just always see people getting their knees in and they're good. And shake it out. Let's switch feet. This is a shorter rest period as well. We have a shorter time. Hold it at the shoulders. Leg is wide. Squat down. Tap. So I will continue until I can see you all. I will continue to remind you of what your form needs to be so that you stay as safe as possible. And breathe. So remember, hips are back, abs are tight, keep your chest lifted. This is not a full squat, it's just kind of coming down a little bit to engage our muscles. All right. So let's get that band. Wrap it around your left hand, arm is out, grab the band, pull and extend. Now if it's too hard, give yourself a little bit more, and then you can add that opposite knee. Remember, whenever we're standing on one leg, continue to pull up, stand straight, lift yourself up, do not sink into the standing leg, and keep your elbows up, and you're extending. Squeeze the back of your arm, squeeze. Good, switch hands. All right, right arm out, that's your anchor, shoulders down. Lift your left elbow so it's out to the side, grab the band so your hand is in front of your chest. And let's lift. Again, the leg lift is optional, or you can just come up onto your toe a little. That brings a little bit of instability. And drop those shoulders. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Squeeze the back of your arm. Squeeze. Good. Woo. All right, here we go. Back to the leg. Right foot on the band. Take the band to the shoulders. Get a little, I'll say a little squat down, not a full, but make sure your weight is all stacked on your right side and your abs are tight. There should be a lot of tension on this band right now, okay? And breathe, and breathe. 2, 1, good. Come on up, switch feet. Take your other leg out to the side. And let's bring our hands to our shoulders. I'm just keeping my hands right against my shoulder so that my hands and the tension on the band stay consistent and don't move. So remember, your hips are back like you're sitting in a chair. And your abs are tight, and all your weight is stacked on that left side. And breathe. Good. Woo. All right. Wrap that band around that left hand, and that left arm is going to be out. Make sure your arms are down. Grab the band and extend. And extend. Extend. Oh, I forgot. I'm supposed to lift my leg. Nobody in here to keep me honest. Good. Lift. Lift. Again, you do not have to lift the leg. All right, switch. Whew. Shake it out a little bit. Take your arm out, grab that band, walk your hand down. You should have some tension to start. And extend. Extend. Make sure your abs are engaged as you lift the leg and keep those shoulders down. It's very easy right here to hike your shoulders up. Keep your chest lifted. That's going to help you. So lift your head, lift your chest. Ooh, my arms are feeling it. Good, last one. All right, so here we go. We've got one more. We're doing the ball. We're going to start, it's going to be seated. We're going to do one seated. It's going to be a core exercise. So yes, you get to sit down on this one. Very rare in this class, I know. So the two exercises, well, let me show you while you're seated, just go ahead and stay seated. We're going to stay in a split, in a lunge position, a split stance. Ball is going to be on your leg. You can be right near the chair, and your opposite arm or your elbow is going to be on the ball, and you're going to squeeze. So you're going to really feel your core engage on that left side. All right, and then of course we switch sides. So we're getting a lot of core today as well. All right, ball between the knees. We're going to sit forward in the chair. Remember, we're not putting our arms on here. And we're just going to do crunches. We're going to lean back. You can extend your arms and then come up. Do not go all the way back to the chair. And make sure that you keep your abs tight and do not arch your back. Okay? Here we go. And deep breath in and out. Ready? Now, the arms up makes it a little harder. Pull back from your belly button to come forward. Now, if you do not want to raise your arms up, you do not have to. Just makes it a little harder. And how far back you go is really up to you. Because even if I just go a little bit, I am still feeling my core engage. So you do not have to go back very far to feel. Good. Whew. Deep breath in. Good. And let's go ahead. Lie back, hold here, arms out. Good, and go. And back. And forward. Good. Breathe. Breathe. Again, go at your pace. You're sitting on the edge of your seat. Keep squeezing the ball. Squeeze the ball between your knees, between your thighs. That helps get that core engagement just a little bit more. So squeeze the ball. As soon as you squeeze it, you feel it. All right. Now, if you want to stay seated for this, you can stay seated and just put the ball on the opposite knee. This is a quick switch. Ball on that right leg and push. Push. I'll go sideways. So you can see I'm not bending my back. I'm using my body to push my elbow, my arm into the ball. And what I'm doing is I'm really contracting my abs to pull my body a little bit forward. So I'm really contracting. My back is neutral and straight. And breathe. Good. If you we'll stay on this side. Just kind of take a break, put the ball back, get ready, and go. And then after this one, we'll sit down one more time and do our crunches, and then we'll do the other leg, and you can come on to the other side of the chair. Push, push. Make sure the weight is on the heel of that right foot. You're not putting weight on the toes. That stresses the knee. And your knee is over your laces. And breathe. Good. All right, let's sit down. Woo. Sit on the edge of your seat. Ball between the thighs. And squeeze that ball. Squeeze. And you have to keep squeezing throughout this whole movement. Ready? And let's go back. So I'm not going back to all the way to the back of the chair. I'm only going about halfway, and I am feeling it. So again, you don't have to go back very far, and you want to hinge. It's not a bend. We're not arching. We're not arching our back. It's a hinge at the hips. And squeeze that ball. Let's go ahead and lean back. Arms up and hold if you want. This is your active rest right here. Make sure your abs are tight. Ready, and let's go. Let's finish this one out. And then we have our cross crunches, and we're finished, and we stretch. I think I heard a collective yay go up in the studio. This will be a little bit longer workout so we can get a nice stretch at the end as well. If you don't mind staying with me. Good. All right. So if you need to, make sure you go onto the other side of your chair. I'm going to stay right here because I know that I'm centered. Ball is on that left thigh. Let's get our arm or elbow and push. And again, make sure, I'm going to go sideways. I'm pushing down. I'm really contracting my abs to pull my body forward, to push into the ball a little bit, push down. Again, you can do this seated. Make sure your knee is over your ankle and it's pointing over your laces. Weight is towards the heel. Come on up. Let's breathe. Make sure you're breathing. And this is it. We're coming up. This is the last one. And then we stretch. And 3, 2, 1, and go. And breathe. Good. Make sure those abs are engaged. You should be feeling it a little bit more on the right side because they're kind of pulling you because of the fact that we're across the body. They're what's pulling you down. So each side got a little bit of a workout. Yay! All right, we are finished. Let's put that ball down and we are going to start stretching it out. Let's just start first by taking our arms up and just stretching up, stretching out those abs. Go where you can. Good. Now take your hands and you're going to put them right on where your hip, you've got the side of your hips here, your pelvic bone. Just take your hands around, not all the way to the back, but about halfway, and we're going to lift the chest up. Just kind of stretch out the back, Just really lift. We're not arching, so don't arch back. We're not doing this. We're just, our hands are here, and I want you to feel like you're really being pulled up to the ceiling. And you're lifting your chest. We're just creating space in our spine. Good. All right. Now, you can keep your feet on the floor if you'd like. Like this. And you can take that right leg back. Make sure your toes are forward. If you want, you can put your left foot up on the chair. And we're going to push that back foot, the heel, down into the floor. So we're all going to just first stretch out that calf muscle. So you should be feeling it in the back of the lower leg. Good. Now you can come on up and push your hip forward. Keep your body upright. That's where you can get that stretch. Our body is upright. Make sure your knee is pointing over your laces. and you have the weight towards the heel. Woo. This feels good. And breathe. Good, now step that back foot in a little bit, and we're gonna sit back on that hip. Sit back, I had an inch under one of my toes the whole time. Oh. And pull your toes towards you. Make sure that you're hinging at your hips. You're sitting into this, you're sitting into your hip, sitting back on that right hip, weight on the right heel, pulling your toes towards you. If you want, you can reach, but don't bend to reach for the toes. I'm not touching, but I'm reaching, and I can still get that stretch a little deeper going up the back of the leg. Good. So let's take that right foot behind the left, and we're going to take that right arm up and over, reaching overhead. Again, if you don't want to do that, you can just bend, but I want you to push your right hip down to the floor, push to the floor, and breathe. And so if you're behind your chair, that will help, that will give you some balance. And then while you're doing that, just go ahead and look down to the floor to your left. Keep thinking of pushing that right foot into the floor and that right hip down, feeling a nice stretch in the hip area, maybe in the low back a little bit, and then come on up. Good. Let's take that right arm across. Keep your shoulder down. And breathe. Good. Reach around. Try to touch the space between your shoulder blades. You can reach around the front, or you can reach overhead. Stretching out the tricep. Good. Now take this arm behind you, grab the wrist with your left hand, gently pull down, and drop your head to the left. And breathe. Stand up nice and straight. Always stand up straight. Keep the chest lifted. Nice. All right. So keeping your feet on the ground, you're just going to step back with the left leg. Toes are forward. All right, push your heel into the ground. Right foot can go up on the chair if you want, and let's push that heel into the floor. And breathe. And breathe. Good, and let's come up nice and straight, push your hip forward. Again, you all know these stretches. We do them just about every day. So I also recommend doing these on your own, at night, on the weekend, especially if you've been sitting for a little while. Take 5 minutes and just stretch. It's amazing how it'll make you feel. So make sure you're up nice and straight. Push that hip forward. Keep the weight towards the heel of your right foot and the knee over the laces. Good. Step that foot in just a little bit and then sit back on that left hip. Pull your right toes towards you. So right foot comes towards you. If you want, you can reach. We're not touching. We're not bending to touch. The goal is not to touch. The goal is to reach and get that stretch a little deeper. And abs are tight here. Abs engage. That's supporting that lower back. Good. Come on up, and let's take that left leg behind the right and reach overhead, pushing that left foot down into the floor, pushing your left hip to the floor. So getting that stretch through the hip, through the side of the leg. and breathe. Good, now look down to the right, keep reaching overhead and just look a little bit down to the right. So getting that stretch just a little bit more in the hip. Good, and come on up. Take that left arm across the body, keep your shoulder down. Good, and then you can reach for the space between the shoulder blades, or you can reach overhead. And breathe. Feel that stretch in the tricep. Good, take that arm behind you, grab the wrist with your right hand, pull it down, drop your head to the right. You're just dropping the head. We're not lifting the shoulder. We're just dropping the head. Good. Shake it out. And let's get some nice deep breaths in. And out. And again, deep breath in. And out. One more time. Deep breath in. And out. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.